Hello everyone, it is I, Juniper Blue Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and a Divine Guide. I'm here today to talk about water. Water is coming in, wanting to help us flow like water. It is important for us to understand how to flow like water. So not only am I going to talk about what this means, the importance of water, I'm going to also do a guided meditation in the end of this video to help us flow like water, to help us connect with water, and to have the element of water help us release resistance to the flow of life, resistance to change. Water is so important. It is the nectar of our existence. After all, we are mostly water within our vessel. Our spiritual connection requires water as well. Water is so important. We use water for life, for birth. We use water for so many things. Things we're well aware of, and oftentimes things we don't even give it credit for. Water is so important. Water even helps provide energy. There was a time where water was often used to help provide energy, life, support. We use water to clean the world around us. Water can help shape the world around us. Water can make or break us in many ways. We use water to clean our bodies, our homes, our babies. We use water to clean our animals and feed them. Animals need water just as much as we do. Not to mention the beautiful world of water. The life in the water, some we don't even know of. Water has the ability to create its own ecosystem, to spawn life, to give life, to cleanse life. Water is life. Life is water. If we are dehydrated, we cannot connect to spirit. We cannot hear our deepest heart's desires if we need water. Water is also related to emotions, especially in the sense of tarot cards and understanding the messages of spirit. Water is fluid. Emotions are fluid. They come and go. We should allow them to come and to go. If we do not allow water to flow, if we do not allow our emotions to flow, they become stagnant in many ways. When water becomes stagnant, it begets disease, and it houses bacteria and other things that are not healthy. When our emotions become stagnant, we become ill. Diseases are created, and even things as depression and fear. We get trapped in those cycles because our emotions are trapped and not in flow. We were not taught to understand our emotions, just as oftentimes we detach from water. We know, after all, we can't breathe in water, yet we are born in a sack full of fluid. And sometimes we're even born into water. Water births do exist. Water is so miraculous. In bringing the return of Christ, I actually know for a fact that water is connected to our DNA. Our DNA needs this water, but the water also has its own genetic blueprint, and that genetic blueprint of the water on this beautiful planet that is and always was our home connects to our DNA. Water houses memories. Water houses emotions. It understands so much. It is alive. Water is an element of life with a flow of her own. She knows what to do. She moves and shapes earth just like she helps move and shape you. She helps support life on earth just like she helps support life within you. She should be able to read our DNA, our genetic blueprint that connects to hers. And when that was modified, we lost a lot of pure water. Water should be nurtured and kept pure, just as our emotions should be within. Water is life. Flowing water is nurturing. Stagnant water becomes a cesspool of unhealth. Emotions can be nurturing, especially when we allow them to flow, to be free, and to understand the messages they bring. Water houses messages as well. She has her own beautiful messages of life, of knowledge and wisdom, of understanding, of beauty creation. Have you ever planted seeds and nurtured them with the essence of water, of life? We can only go so long without water before we cannot live anymore. We can go longer without food than we can water. Water is the source of life. The sun warming up the water, helping to purify the water. The moon helping to move and shape and create water. They all go hand in hand. We need these elements of the sun, the moon, and the water to help us feel pure, to help us flow freely. We need to learn to flow like water. Stagnation. Stagnation creates sickness. Being afraid of change does not help us flow. It creates a space of being small. Resistance to change is where stagnation occurs. Water is always flowing. Water should always be flowing, or it begins to breed things that do not support life. This is true for all things in existence. The flow of water is needed. The flow of water to flow like water. Flow like water. Flow like water. It is so important to be able to flow like water. We use water to cook foods in the most deepest, special ways. We use water. We are very close to water. And water is here to help us today. Water wants to help us today. Water is asking for us to allow her to support us in every way through the biggest shift in mankind that is occurring at this time, that is happening right now in front of you. For if we are resistant to change, then we do not accept the changes that are happening in order to flow with them. We must flow with the changes, not be resistant or in fear. Fear traps our emotions. It traps the flow of water, the flow of life. Water is not afraid of anything. She knows she has power. She knows she can change and shape her reality. Water is so magnificently pure life, just like you are. What we allow to flow through us is what creates our reality. So if we can learn to be strength when strength is needed, if we can learn to flow all the time with whatever comes our way and use the tools that we have to shape our reality, we become our purest form. We become more like water. Water is so powerful, so beautiful, so soft at the same time. Her touch is so gentle. Unless it's moving powerfully, you can barely feel it. She is so gentle and so strong at the same time, and she's not afraid to move. She's not afraid to create change and to be change and to create change and to birth life, to create beauty, to help support beauty. And she's asking you to do the same, to flow like water, to flow with grace and ease and strength and power, to flow with purpose and meaning and wonderment, to flow with beauty and purpose. It's time now to flow like water. Pay attention in your body to where you are resistant. Where do you find resistance? Are you in tune with water? Do you know when you need water? Does water taste nurturing to you? On the planet we are leaving, the one that is falling away, the matrix, the old world, water became toxic. So many chemicals and genetic modifications, and she does not relate to that. So I understand that some water is not nurturing at this time. But if we learn to flow in the emotions and to accept the changes that are occurring, she will flow with us. We will find the beauty in her again. Those that are choosing to rise, choosing to flow with the changes, choosing to heal and release the stagnant emotions that we can no longer house, will find clean water. Some water has been anointed. I know this because I did it during the return of Christ work, when I brought down the actual blood of Christ before undoing the Holy Grail. I know some water will move and change. Some water will dry up and become rearranged. She has a purpose. But those who change with her, those that flow with the changes, with ease and grace, without expectations, and house wonderment and joy and love that can match her new vibration, those that flow like water, inside and out, will find the purest of water flow. Those that are healing and rising their DNA will also do the same. We must activate the purest of DNA that was already within us to match hers once again. For she has been changed through the return of Christ's work, and it's important for you to do the same. We must change and grow and flow and heal and move and rise with her to meet her vibration internally and externally. We will have the purest of foods and water and the most pristine sunlight and powerful moon energy to support and guide and light the path in every way. To know when to be calm and nurture, to know when to create in life, and to know when our strength is needed and changes are happening, and that is okay. To feel beauty in changing tides, changing waters. That's what she's asking of us today. So now I'm going to take us on a guided meditation to allow you to accept the new water, to accept to flow like water, to not be resistant to the changes that are required within you to meet the new vibration the earth is asking you to rise into. Back to the wholeness of you under the light of the sun and the one and the moon and the frequency of love, unconditional, Flowing water does not have conditions. Stagnant water does. Flowing water is forever changing and moving, growing and grooving. She is beautiful. She is poised. She is soft in strength. And you can be too. When we flow like water, we are free. When nothing in life bothers us because we know it's temporary. We are flowing with life, and everything that comes, we take out of it what we need to help others, to help ourselves, and we give back purely with gratitude and grace. When we flow like water, we rise in frequency. We don't stay still. We don't have fear or worry because we know it's temporary. We allow it to be temporary, and we allow to gain the knowledge, the beauty, the grace, the wonderment that is always right there for us. There is no permanency in earth flow. Everything must flow together in harmony and balance. Where there's stagnation, there is no harmony and balance. We are out of balance. We are out of flow. So if you wish to join me now and receive this healing of guided flow to help connect you and flow with water, then all you must do is put your feet flat on the floor, no matter where you are. Do not cross your legs. And put your palms facing up and begin to sit back and relax. Taking some deep breaths into your body and out until you feel calmer and more calm with every breath that you take. Breath is life. Breath flows too. If breath isn't flowing like water, then we don't live. So don't forget to breathe. Breathe with water. Breathe. Every breath you take, you go deeper and deeper into a space of calm, a space of relaxation. And I want you in your mind's eye, with your eyes closed, to start walking a path of the earth on her soil, seeing beautiful greenery around you. We're going to walk this path with our bare feet on the earth in our mind's eye. So just seeing yourself while you are calm and relaxed, beginning to walk outside of yourself. Taking one step after the other with your bare feet on the earth, absorbing her nurturing soil, the coolness and support that she houses, the life all around you, the trees, the leaves, the plants. You can smell them if you try to. You can hear the animals that are alive on this earth because of water and breath, oxygen and water and sun and the moon, all working together in harmonious balance to create this beautiful life you are walking through. This earth is alive beneath your feet, and there is moisture within her just like there is water within you. She houses water as a part of her makeup, and so do you. It is an important element. When water is flowing and nurturing, the ground beneath our feet feels so calm and so soothing and so soft and absorbent and nurturing and just beautiful. And when it's dry, it feels very rough and tough and lack of life. We are meant to change, we are meant to grow, and we are meant to flow. So keep walking this path in your mind's eye, gently taking step after step. Your left foot, then your right foot, your right, then your left. And as we walk this path, we realize it's going on a down slope. We keep walking, and we go further downwards. And as we go down in elevation within the earth's flow, on this path of earth, with the nature, beautiful nature all around us, we find ourselves feeling more calm, feeling safe, feeling supported and nurtured by life. You can feel the warm sun above you, glistening on the life of the earth, as we're walking deeper and deeper in elevation on this path of earth. You start to smell water. You can smell it up ahead. As you're walking further on this path that is going down further and down further in elevation. And as we go down further, you can begin to feel the moisture in the air, not just smelling it, but feeling it. You can still feel the warm sun, and you can even acknowledge the power of the moon, aligning so eloquently and in balance with the sun, both working together to bring harmony and balance. Just like the oxygen in the air provided by the life on the earth that the water supplied is helping you breathe. And you can feel the gentle breeze blessing and blowing around you and through the leaves of the trees as you walk deeper and deeper in elevation on this path. You can start to hear the water, not just smelling it and feeling it, but now you can start to hear it. You know you're getting closer to water. You don't see it yet, but you can smell it, you can feel it, and now you can hear it. If water wasn't flowing, we wouldn't be able to hear the water. She tunes into all of our senses, and all of our senses tune into her. We even get a little goosebumps on our arms and legs as we are walking deeper and deeper on this path of life, this path of earth, this path of existence, the breath, the water, the sun and the moon, guiding us, nurturing us, supporting us, and loving us deeply. And I want you to start to feel that appreciation for her, for all that she houses, for the breath, the wind, the oxygen, for the cool breeze flowing around you, for the beauty and the green and beautiful flowers and the trees and the most moist soil cleansing and supporting your feet. Start to feel love for that smell of water, because you can feel the moisture in the air, so beautiful, so wonderment. We love her. I love the earth. I love the elements, and I love water, life, nurturement, growth, existence. And we are walking deeper and deeper in elevation, going down more and more on this path. And as we are going down, the soil beneath our feet is getting wetter. It's more moist than it was before. It's very wet, and we can feel that. Almost as if every step we take, that moisture, the water, is rising up from the soil. We're starting to see the water. Every step you take, I want you to see the water come out of the soil, and you can feel it and smell it and see it now. As we are walking further and further down this path, deeper and deeper in elevation. And we take a really deep breath here. As now every step we are taking, the water is rising more and more, and there's almost no ability to see the soil. You take a step and the water rises from the soil and begins to cover your feet. And now eventually there will be no more soil. You find yourself walking in water. You can truly see now all of the water at your feet. It is so pure and crystalline, so supportive and warm and comforting and cleansing, so soft, and yet life-preserving, life-giving, life-creation. You give love now to the water you are beginning to walk into, and you look up from your feet, and on the horizon all you see now is water. Beautiful water flowing very gently. She is not stagnant, she is flowing ever so gently. As you choose now, without fear, releasing the fear into the water, knowing you will be safe and supported, knowing you will not drown, but in fact, you will float. The water will hold you, and you trust this. So you walk deeper and deeper into the water. As the water rises now to your hips, to your stomach, to your chest, you soothe with the water. You allow the water to cleanse every sense that you have. You can smell the water. You can smell her, so pure, so crystalline. You can almost taste the water in the air. You can feel the moisture all around you, so much so, you can even see it being absorbed into the air. Like a mist rising from the surface of the water. You choose now, through choice, to allow yourself to lay back on the water, with your feet rising to the top and a flat surface holding you up. You realize that as soon as you chose to lay on the water, she is holding you up. You are safe, and you begin floating on the water, allowing her to take over your existence, allowing her to take over your movement. And you lay your arms out on the water with your palms facing up, and your body being caressed with gentleness and buoyancy. She is holding you up so that you have the oxygen you need, while she begins taking you out into the water further and further and further. And take a deep breath here. You begin to release more resistance to the water. You accept trusting of the water. You give your power to her. Give your power to the water at this time. Surrender to the water. Surrender to her flow, to her guidance. Surrender to the ability to let things flow like water. No matter what begins to come our way, we just let it flow off like water. We don't absorb any negativity. We don't absorb any fear. We just let it flow off like water. For the choice is truly ours to absorb what we absorb. And you realize this now more and more as the water is guiding you now on a very gentle and beautiful adventure under the rays of the sun being guided by the moon, the light of the one. You feel these energies, the breath, the gentle breeze going atop your face and your chest, and the warm, soothing water floating you and guiding you along. And you realize, if you had resistance, you wouldn't be floating. You would drown. She would swallow you whole. We must surrender to the flow of water, the flow of life. For when we try to resist is when we drowned. When we become gentle and soft and slow, and when we breathe with her, we begin to glow and flow. And when we choose to absorb what is happening and let it flow like water, we float. She supports us more and more. We can't possibly know what's coming or why, but to accept it, to take in the beauty and the grace and the changes they bring without resistance. We float. We flow with her. We feel safe. We feel nurtured. We know we will go where we need to go. We trust this. We surrender to this now. We allow all resistance to fade with the water, with the flow, absorbing the sun and the moon into our chest and our face and our head and our legs and our feet. As we feel the gentle flowing water beneath us, guiding us ever so gentle and ever so sweet. But we know her power. We know when we resist life's purpose, life's intent, the all-connectedness. When we resist the change, we cannot float. We drown. You realize now you are in control of your outcome. You realize now that when we breathe, and we surrender to her flow, to her power, to her movement, to her knowing, and we become the observer, allowing things to flow by, to teach us, to nurture us, and to support us, and to guide us every way of every day, of every breath, of every life. Then we find the most beautiful existence. We are safe. We are nurtured. We are supported. We always have what we need. We always have what we need. Allowing this water to caress our senses. We can feel her. We can smell her. We can see her. We can hear her. Hearing the beautiful water flow. Soft and powerful at the same time. Take a deep breath now. Give thanks and gratitude to the water and surrender to her more and more, releasing the resistance, releasing any fear to the water, allowing her to take them from you, allowing her to guide you gently and purely and beautifully and wonderfully through these changing movements, these changing tides. She will always help guide you if you surrender. We know we are safe if we are calm and observant. We will know what to do if we listen to the gentle breezes and movement she houses. But when we resist, the waves get powerful and we drown, because we cannot hear, we cannot see, we cannot feel anymore. We become resistant and stagnant and choose not to grow and flow and glow, and we become blinded to what is needed. Open up now deeper to the change she offers, accepting the surrendering. Take a deep breath in and out. And say, I surrender to the flow of water and of life. I surrender to the sun and the moon and the air of life. I surrender to the flow of water. I flow like water. I know I am safe flowing like water. I know I am safe with these changing tides. I know they're purposeful. Beyond heavenly skies, I surrender and I trust. I surrender and I trust. And feel the water caressing you so as you're moving and moving faster with her. Knowing you are safe and knowing when you are relaxed and flowing, you float. You float as if you are floating with her and above her. You are able to receive the sun and the moon and the air you need as she gently guides you, powerfully so, along the changing tides. You take one last deep breath within her. And you surrender deeper and deeper and deeper to her flow. I am water. I flow like water. I surrender and give her all my fear and resistance now. I choose to float, to fly, to change, to grow, to glow. I choose gratitude and joy and love, just knowing I am flowing, accepting whatever comes my way. I accept this without resistance in any way, because I know that resistance will be what causes me to drown. I am safe. I am free. I am comfortable with the changing waters. Feel her on your senses again, cleansing and supporting you, guiding you. You choose to flow, to float, to be free of expectations and fear, which cause you to be heavy and not float. You choose to be lighter and lighter, free of resistance, free of fear, free of expectations, and you float more freely and more freely. Feel the water caressing you so, supporting you so, as you release that last little bit of resistance. And then you realize the water has washed you ashore. You are now at that path. She washed you to a new path. You begin to get up onto your feet, feeling the earth beneath your feet as you begin to take steps out of the water. Give her your love and gratitude, your thankfulness for guiding you, and thank yourself for surrendering, for trusting, for glowing and flowing, for observing, not absorbing, and learning along the way, for letting go of the resistance, the fear, the ego, and the changes. You have found your way. Thank her with so much gratitude and love and joy. As you begin taking steps further out of the water, you can feel the water going down your legs, and you can feel the earth supporting the soles of your feet. So soft and strong at the same time. And you begin taking your final steps out of the water. And you turn back and look at the horizon of water and realize you just traveled a very long way. You realize you were safe because you surrendered to the flow of water and of life. You let go of all resistance. Be proud of yourself as you walk up the path. It's the similar path, but it's also new. You start to see the earth surrounding you with beautiful trees and heavenly sunlight, the breeze around you, and you can feel little goosebumps on you from the water that still is on you, that you just came out of, as the breeze helps you dry, and the sun is so warm and nurturing on you, and the moon is helping to really soothe and calm you as you begin walking your path back. This beautiful path of greenery and birds and flowers and trees and the gentle soil caressing your feet. Every step you take, it's as if you're dry again. You feel beautiful. You feel different. You continue walking this path. As it begins rising in elevation. Walking up a hill on the earth. Giving thanks and gratitude. You can still smell the water. You can still feel it in the air. And you know you will ride her again. You know she is always around you, supporting you, nurturing you. You look at the beauty she grows and births and houses and creates. You look at the beautiful earth she helps shape and create for you. And you thank her for the most beautiful experience. You thank her for everything that she is and does, every moment of life, every breath of existence. You just feel so grateful. And you keep walking up this path. And you can see up ahead the top of the hill. You can feel the warmth of the sun, and you start to smell the water, but you can't see her anymore. You can still feel the moisture in the earth beneath you. You know she's around you, always there to help you. Flow like water. As you reach the top of this hill now, you find your vessel once again. And you combine fully with yourself as you come back to the light of the soul and the wholeness of the one. Take a deep breath. And now suddenly you are back to where you started. You can feel your body. You're tuning into the room you started in, your surroundings, the air of the room that you were in or the place that you began. You have returned back again to you. Give gratitude, give love, and don't forget to surrender to the flow of life, the changing tides of existence. You have released all resistance. Don't absorb, observe. So much love, my friends. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time.